Good evening. Yesterday I told you about this contra business law. Okay, the definition and meaning of business law, and what are the contents that we come across, and ignorantia juris non excusat, all these things. And in this business law, first of all, we'll come across Indian Contract Act of 1872. Then we'll come across different acts like Sale of Goods Act, all those things. Now, what are the topics that we have to cover? First one is definition and features of contract, types of contracts, essentials of valid offer, conditional and unconditional proposals, essentials of valid acceptance, rules and communication and revocation of proposal and acceptance, valid consideration, doctrine of stranger to contract and its exceptions, doctrine of no consideration, no contract and its exceptions, capacity to contract, special rules regarding minors agreements, free consent, coercion as an error in consent, effects of undue influence on contract, fraud and consideration, effects of mistake on contracts. These are the various things that we come across. Okay, now this is the first thing that we come across. Okay, the next thing is, okay, we are going deep into the topics. First of all, we are going deep into the topics. Now, yesterday itself, I told you that contract is nothing but an agreement between two or more persons, and enforceable by law is nothing but a contract. Sorry. When you want to know about a contract, first of all, you must know what is an agreement. And when you know about an agreement, automatically you have to see whether it is mean approved by the court of law or not. When it is approved by court of law, automatically it will become the contract. When it is not approved by a court of law, it won't become a contract at all. So we have to take into account, first of all, what is this contract and what are the various things that we come across. Excuse me. A relationship created between two or more persons with their willingness in a serious manner to do or not to do something, and which can be enforced by court of law, can be known as a contract. As per section 2 subsection H of the Indian Contract Act of 1872, an agreement enforceable by law is a contract. The meaning of a contract can be understood by knowing the meaning of agreement and its enforceability at law. An agreement comes into existence when one person makes a proposal to do or not to do something and to another, and that other person accepts it for a consideration. This is nothing but an agreement. When you go for an agreement, one person, he must propose, that is, he must bring a proposal to do or not to do something with another person, and the other person, he has to give his, excuse me, he has to give his acceptance, and that acceptance must also be with a consideration. Okay, and that other person accepts it for a consideration. It becomes enforceable at law if the parties are competent to contract. The other thing is, well, whomever it may be the parties that we will come across, they must be competent. You should not go with incompetent persons. If the parties are competent to contract, there is a free consent between the parties and the consideration and object are lawful. Therefore, the following features should be understood properly to understand the meaning of contract. When you want to understand, okay, you have to understand the various features of, then only it will become a contract. So, what are the features of the contract? First one is proposal. Okay, this proposal, or we can say in other words, offer. Okay, a proposal or an offer. Sorry, a proposal or an offer must be made by one person with another person, and that other person he must accept for a consideration, and the two parties must be competent to enter into a contract, and there must be a free consent between the two parties. So, like this, all the things will come across one by one after the other. So, first of all, we have to take into account what is a proposal. Proposal is the first step in the formation of a contract. When one person fails, okay, other he wants to do something and expects the consent of the other party in such act, it is called a proposal. That is offer. I want to do this. Like that, he has to tell to another person. And that person, he must hear that. See the peculiarity. He must hear that. He should not be ignorant of that. He must hear that. And after hearing, he has to give his consent. He has to see whether that the first person is competent to enter into a contract or not. And the first person also he must observe whether the second person is competent to enter into a contract or not. So, sorry. Okay, they must be competent to enter into a contract because no contract will appear between incompetent persons. And we will come to know who are the incompetent persons in the later on course. Okay, so a proposal or an offer must be made by one person to the other, and that person he must hear that, and if it is genuine, if it is good, he has to give his consent. He has to accept that. He has to accept that, and that acceptance also it should be for some consideration. Consideration, a written of something. According to Section 2A of the Indian Contract Act, when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or to abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence, said to be he is said to make a proposal. This is a thing that we come across. When one person signifies to the other to the other his willingness to do or to abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence, he is said to make a proposal. Okay, this is nothing but an offer. You have to bring an offer, you have to bring a proposal to a person. And that person, he must understand that first of all. And he has to give his willingness. This thing is very, very common. He must understand first and he must give his willingness, okay, to do or to abstain from doing anything. Okay, whatever you want to do or anything else, or to abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence, he is said to make a proposal. The proposal is also called an offer. I told you already. The person who makes a proposal is called the a promisor, and he is also known as proposer or offerer. Proposer or offerer. That is about the proposal or offer. Say, for example, A and B are there. A made an offer to B, and B must know about that A is making an offer to him. And B must understand that, and he must give his willingness freely. He must give his willingness. Okay, yeah, I'm ready to do. Yes, I accepted that. And this acceptance must be there. Okay, before acceptance, you have to take into account the offer. First of all, if A understands that thing, what he has to do, he has to propose that to B. Suppose if A doesn't know anything about that, okay, it is mere ways to make a proposal to B. So A must understand first, and then he has to bring the proposal or offer to the other person. And the other person, he has to understand what A is telling. What A is telling, he has to understand. When he understands that, when he understood that, then only he can give his consent. And what A will do, okay, what I told or to B, you think that what I told to B, he can able to understand. And let us see his willingness. Let us see his willingness, whether he is ready to do that or not. So all these things is nothing but the proposal. And the person who is making this proposal will call him as promiser or proposer or offerer. And the other name for a proposal is nothing but offer. I already told you. So this is very, very essential. Without any proposal, without any offer, you won't come across any contract. Because contract will take into account only the first thing is offer, whether there is an offer or not. When there is no offer, there won't be any contract. This is the main thing that you have to understand. When there is no offer, when there is no proposal, okay, mind it that there won't be any of contract. Okay, the most important aspect of a valid proposal is that it should be voluntary. That is, first one is, okay, according to the interest of the people. Okay, there should not be any compulsion, please. There should not be any compulsion. It should be voluntary. It should not be any, it should not be an answer to a question or reply to an inquiry, and it should be communicated to the other party. Don't be of that opinion that it is nothing but an answer to a question, or another thing is a reply to an inquiry. Offer, it is not a answer to a question, or it is not a reply to an inquiry. It is it is nothing but the communication to the other party. I want to do like this. Okay, like that. If I make that, then that other party, he must understand. And that party, after understanding, he has to give his free consent. See the peculiarity. He has to give his free consent. That consent also, it is not compulsory. If it is interested, if he likes that, if he likes that, or if he is interested, then only the free consent will come. If and it should be voluntary. It should not be, there should not be any compulsion, please. So that is nothing. Example: Mr. A acquired from Mr. B. Okay, and A inquired from Mr. B, will you sell your Fiat car? What would be its selling price? Like that. A. B replied, the final selling price of my Fiat is 50,000 rupees. Thus, A told, I would like to buy your car. Please send me its documents. Then Mr. B said, I am not interested in selling my car at present. So Mr. A got angry and filed a suit. The court held that the quoting of price by Mr. B on inquiry from Mr. A will not become a proposal as per law. Therefore, Mr. A cannot force B to sell his Fiat car. See, this is the thing. Okay, so this is the thing that we come across. This is a beautiful example. Okay, here people they must understand. That's what I'm telling you right from the beginning. You have to understand the concept. You have to understand the concept, and you have to reproduce. And here you will come across in business laws. You will come across so many cases and so many examples. Okay, don't be of that opinion. Arab. We are coming across so many examples and so many cases like that. Don't be of that opinion, please. If you are having, you please remove that for temporary purpose, because when we go for business law, when we go for business law, you'll come across so many examples and so many cases. Okay, even though it is not interested, please, you have to bear this. Yeah, this is nothing but a valid offer or proposal. Now, after offer, we'll have the acceptance. Okay, so after some time, we are going to continue about